Welcome to Mother Daughter Projects. I'm Steph.
I'm Vicki, and today we're going to explore how this kitchen makeover has held up over the past 7 years.
We are in my kitchen, and 7 years ago we did a mini kitchen makeover where we didn't replace any of the cabinets or the countertops. And this house was built in 1994, and all of these are probably original to that time. And everything in the makeover has really held up well except one product, which actually led us to make this video. And we also thought we'd explain why there's no longer a cabinet in this corner.
Now let's just start right off the bat and show you that offending product. And it's this. These handles have not held up. They have just chipped like crazy. You can see that. Now we put knobs on at the same time. The knobs are perfectly fine. 100% we can get those again. But these, we don't know what's going on with these, but they have not held up at all.
And both of these are from Liberty Hardware, and they're good quality. They feel really solid, but the handles actually seem to be painted and the knobs don't. And I think that's why the handles have not held up. And there was really no way of knowing ahead of time that they were painted or not. But I would definitely say if you're going to get a good quality handle and you're spending, a good amount of money on it, I would read the reviews to see if people say anything about these. I do think they still sell these handles, and I don't know if maybe they're made differently now, but I would not get them again.
Now we also got hinges, put in new hinges at the same time because they were different colors, and the hinges that we got were not the same as were original to these cabinets. Again, we said these were built in 94, so they don't make those anymore. I was a little concerned when we got those hinges that they would show the holes that are in the frame that were those old ones fit, but once those hinges were in place, they were great. There's no problem. You can't tell that those holes are behind it.
And another little issue is with the hinges, they came with these little rubber bumpers that are a brown color, and we put those in place to help soften, when you close the door of the cabinet. And those have worked well, but they've started to leave a little bit of a brown spot where they hit the cabinet on the white cabinet. So we're actually going to take those off and put white bumpers there to see if that will help not, cause that dark color anymore. So I would say get the hinges, but don't use the bumpers if you're using a light color cabinet, and use something that's more light color so it doesn't leave a mark.
Let's talk about that paint. Now we use a Behr semi-gloss paint, and we've been extremely happy with that. It looks great, still looks great all these years later. It cleans beautifully. I would 100% use this paint again, but I wouldn't have to because Behr now makes a new cabinet, door, and metal paint, which would be perfect for this application. Now there are a few places on the drawers where there's a tiny bit of chipping, and that's probably more of a factor of nails or something like getting caught on that. But overall, paint has held up beautifully. And I think part of that is that we did, if you watch the video when we did this originally, we did a lot of prep on these cabinets, and I think that really shows it. It shows. There's no peeling, nothing like that. So good prep is key to a project like this.
And good paint.
Good paint.
Over my lifetime, we have used varying paints from different stores. And my favorite has always been Behr paint from Home Depot. And so when I bought my house 12 years ago, I was like, I'm getting all Behr. And I have, and it's held up super well. All the paint I've used has been great. And even all the paint colors we got, 12 years ago, when we need new paint, we just show them the label and they're still able to mix it, and it still mixes and looks just like the paint that I have originally. So definitely a good paint to have. Highly recommend it. Every type that we've gotten from Behr has worked out perfectly. And the outside of my house is painted with Behr, and that has held up really well too. So highly recommend that paint.
Yes, exactly. One of the luxury items we added to this kitchen was a pull-out trash can. Now, I don't know about you, but in most kitchens, they're not really a good place to actually have a trash can someplace outside the cabinets. So we put in a rubber shelf pull-out trash can and couldn't be happy with it. It was a very easy to do, very straightforward procedure. We did buy a lid a little later on just to kind of keep the smells all contained. And if you notice, there's a face on the trash can. And if you want to know what that's all about, we'll tell you about that at the end.
And something you may not know is easily replaceable is the drip pans that are underneath the burner element on your range. You can easily replace those. You can clean them, but over time they just kind of get really gross, and you can actually find those pretty easily at Home Depot. Mine are older, obviously. It's like 31 years old, but I was able to find the model that I needed. So just kind of take a picture of the kind you have and take note of the brand of oven that you have, and you'll be able to go to the hardware store and get the right drip pans for yours.
Now, we didn't do this in the mini makeover, but behind us is the Backsplash, and I just wanted to shout that out because that has held up so beautifully. I still, every time I come into this kitchen, I see that, and I still absolutely love it. And that's just peel and stick stone that we put up, I guess, a year before the mini makeover. None of it has fallen down. There's a few bits of discoloration right behind the sink, which you would expect to have a little bit of that, but overall, what a great choice for this kitchen. That is just really good. That is a really good product.
Now, in the original makeover, there are two things that are different now. And one is we got a new fridge, and it's because my old fridge died. And we wanted to get a black one like I had before, but we couldn't find that in the model we wanted. So we got a stainless steel one. Doesn't match as well with the hinges and handles as the original one did, but we're not changing them out. We're still happy with it. And then there is the cabinet that is missing by the sliding door. And it's a long story, but over the summer there was some water damage on the cabinet, and so we basically took the cabinet out and discovered that the water damage was probably more condensation. And the condensation was probably because the sliding door was not airtight anymore, as it was probably 31 years old. And in that time, we got the sliding door replaced, and we painted this area, put the new flooring down, and ultimately we're going to put a place for my microwave to sit, and we're going to have a little pull-out underneath that will have some storage. So that is a upcoming project.
Overall, we're very happy with the way this kitchen has held up over the past 7 years. It's a tiny little kitchen, but I really do enjoy working in this kitchen, and I like the Backsplash, and I like all the things in the kitchen. I don't think there's anything that we would have done differently in here. It's too bad that those handles didn't hold up because they really are very lovely, and they're really great to look at, but you know, just never know. So very happy with the way everything is held up.
And we said we would explain why there's a face on my trash can lid. So Mom, why is there a face?
The face on the trash can lid. You know, that makes me laugh. And I've seen it over the past, 5 years. It's been kind of funny. But the reason why there's a face on it is that during the pandemic, initial phases of the pandemic, when everyone was home, we would randomly put sticky googly eyes on different things for the other to find. And it was just a moment of levity and just made us smile. And that one continued to stay on there when the eyeballs fell off. So Steph made it into a pirate face. And there is another place in her house that still has the googly eyes.
So thank you for joining us. If you want to see more projects from us, be sure to visit us at motherdaughterprojects.com and subscribe right here on YouTube. And if you want to get all of our projects in your inbox once a week, sign up for our free weekly newsletter written by Mom. Thanks for watching. Bye.